Hey guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy XII with me, Roarin the Werewolf. And I am here in the Nabana Dungeons, getting ready to continue on with the main story. Now, I'm searching in this beginning part right here for 4 chests. All 4 of them have not of rust in them, but the fact of the matter is, all of them respawn. So, you have a chance of stocking up on quite a bit of these items, really, in this beginning part. Now, there's a save crystal right in there that you can utilize. You can exit to the main menu and then restart from that point, and the chest will reappear. So you can continue on stocking up on these little things. I didn't do that as much. I just continued on exploring the future part of this area, mainly because I wanted to stock up on items, I wanted to stock up on gil, I wanted to just do a bunch of stuff off camera, and luckily since I have multiple saves I can go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go to this save crystal. I'm quite a far ahead in this progressive part, but once we get to the end of this episode, we'll end up right here. So let's continue on with the story.
No, don't! He was defenseless.
You are disappointed.
Something stinks in here, all right. I've changed my mind. This is no dungeon, it's a sty. I said you're the one that stinks, Hamshanks. Hear me now? You all right, Vaughn?
Yep, totally the Han Solo of Final Fantasy XII. Now we're just gonna basically attach these 6. They don't really have anything special on them. You can steal a couple items, like a potion or antidote or even gil, but that's about it.
Great. They just don't give up, do they? Now is looking like a good time for us to leave.
Through the oubliette, there's a way out. Only
you sense the mist. Then we'll need weapons.
What did you call me? Say that again.
What? You couldn't hear? I merely said that a lot of you are incompetent fools. If you've the Sky Pirate in your hands, where is he?
You'd have done better, Bagamnon. By your own words, it was the Imperial Army who caught this Sky Pirate of yours. We've done your job for you. We don't require the assistance of filthy headhunters. The Empire will restore order here.
Eh? What's that you say now? Maybe I'll wet my blade on you before I kill Bathir.
That's enough, Bagamnon.
a judge.
Judge?
The self-proclaimed guardians of law and order in Arcadia. They're the elite guard of House Solidor, which effectively makes them the commanders of the Imperial Army. If you ask me, they're more executioners than judges. Not a friendly lot, at any rate. What are they doing here?
The Emperor is willing to overlook race for his more talented servants. However, those that do not show respect will receive none in kind.
Your Honor!
You travel freely through our lands because the Emperor wills it. Am I correct? Where is the captain?
We have him in solitary, Your Honor. We're ready to begin our interrogation.
This does not concern you, bounty hunter.
He's in here somewhere. Find him.
Watchy, that way.
It's going this way.
What's that?
Time for the hare to follow the fox.
Huh?
The magics binding the door to the oubliette are quite strong. Too strong even for my talents.
That's why we'll get them to open it for us.
How is going deeper into this
What's
place?
wrong? You don't trust her? Fiera's noses are sharp. If she says there's a way out, there's a way out.
Okay, now that we have bypassed the beginning part of the Nelvina dungeon, we are now in this part.
Look,
Ah, the prison repository of rested relics and raiments.
So, our things are in here?
That's what I said.
We have now entered an area where all the chests will not respawn, mainly due to the fact that we will never be here again. Also, in this room is one chest that we do not touch, all in hopes for the Zodiac Spear. It is the third that we have come across. There's 4 in total. The one that we do not touch is this middle one right here, in between these two other chests. Now, we're going to grab these two other chests, mainly because one has an item, 100% drop, and one has a gambit, 100% drop. Yep. In this next area, you are going to want to save. You definitely want to save right here, right now. Mainly for the reason, in this next area, there are two chests you really, really want to have the item drop for. So, and they mainly pertain to gambits that you can buy later on, at least from what I assume. But you probably want to get them early. And I shall point out those chests. So, let's get on to it.
There are more turnkeys than cut purses down here. I've had my fill of chains. Let's tread lightly, shall we?
Now these enemies pretty much drop gil, potions, pretty much useless equipment, but they're good for leveling up a chain or two. Now the first chest we want to look at is right here, right in front of us. Now, let's take a look at this chest per se. Let's see, it is chest number 11. 11 has a chance of dropping a Knot of Rust or a gambit called Ally HP 60%. And we got a Knot of Rust. But don't worry, I've already done all of this before, so I've already got the gambits, I've already got what I needed in my first few saves. Let's see, there is an armor piece at chest number 9 in this guide, which we're going to head up to. Now it's definitely not this. Okay, chest number 9 should be down this way. As you can see from the mini-map, it has a chance of dropping a Knot of Rust or Chrome Leather. Chrome Leather, awesome. Even though it is irrelevant for all these items to be dropping from me in this particular save anyway. We're going to be running towards the next big chest of note. Which is down this way. Now all the other chests in this area either drop motes or ether. No gil really. Here. Ah, Gambit Foe Target Ally, as you can see right there. That Gambit can actually be pretty useful if utilized with the right stuff. Okay. Since there is, I don't think, anything else we need, let's go ahead and go on.
You have grown very thin, Bosch. Less than a shadow, less than a man. Sentenced to death, and yet you live? Why?
To silence Hondor. How many times must I say it?
Is that all?
Why not ask Vane himself? Is he not one of your masters?
We've caught a leader of the insurgents. She's being brought from Rabanasta, the woman Amalia. Who could that be? Such a faithful hound to cling so to a fallen kingdom.
Better than throwing it away.
Throwing it away, as you threw away our homeland?
Who's there?
This the place?
The mist is flowing through this room. It must be going somewhere.
You're no Imperials. Please, you must get me out.
It's against my policy to speak with the dead, especially when they happen to be Kingslayers.
I did not kill him.
Is that so? Huh. Glad to hear it.
Please, get me out. For the sake of Dalmasca.
Dalmasca? What do you care about Dalmasca? Everything that's happened is because of you! Everyone that's died, every single one! Even my brother. You killed my brother!
Quiet! The guards will hear.
I'm dropping it.
Pirates without a sky. Spare us your quiddities.
Yeah, but he's
A traitor, I know. Stay here and fight if you want. If you can walk, let's go.
You're taking him with us?
We could use another sword arm.
And you have it.
Alright, now we have 4 characters on our side, but Bosch is right now only as a guest. We cannot control him, nor we can do anything with him. He's just there to punch things for us. Now, in this area, I'm going to walk through a bunch of special chests that you need to take note. We're also going to be talking about the enemies of this place, because there is quite a lot of stuff that you should do before moving out from this dungeon. First, we're going to take a look at 3 chests that do not respawn, that you should not touch right now. All 3 spawn in here. These are guild chests. They drop nothing but gil. They can range between less than 300, less than 500, and less than 700. But if you have a diamond armlet equipped, less than 5,000 for each. So here's a good chunk of change that you probably want to save. Now that we found ourselves another save point, we can go ahead and get ourselves situated for this next part. You're going to be wanting to save quite often and quite frequently. Alright. Time-worn device appears to be some sort of switch. Press the switch. It does nothing. And the fuse is blown. That would explain why there's no power reaching the switch. The whirling of any indication, I say, this central power relay is some sort. As it stands, I doubt we'll find much still running down here. Now this place is quite unique. It brings forth enemies that take refuge in the dark. And if the lights are on, these enemies won't spawn. Switchboard. Press the switch. Nothing happens. We also got a shopkeeper down here with quite a lot of stuff. He gives us the fuse that we're going to be needing to go up there. So we can buy all these sorts of weapons, all these armors for us to need. A couple of accessories if we didn't pick them up earlier. A couple antidotes, eye drops, and phoenix downs. If you don't have the spells, get yourself some eye drops and some antidotes for what I'm about to tell you. Get the spells if you can, and buy these gambits if you want. Okay, now that we got the fuse, we're gonna go up here and turn this on. Now that the lights are on in the whole place, we should have an easier time walking through the dungeon. For now. But if we use this switch, it uses some bit of that charge. Now it's at 70%. The enemies are a little tiny tougher now.
Who turned out the lights? One of those?
I've heard of these. Mimics. They disguise themselves as all manner of things, then strike when you're least wary. Some of them have a fondness for energy, I'm told. They gorge themselves on the stuff till there's naught left.
So, what happens then?
Lights out, and it's worse in the dark. Much worse. So, let them get too close to one of those conduits, and they'll suck it dry. But don't worry, it'll give the energy back if you ask nicely. Sticking it with a sword helps too. Clock's ticking.
Yep, at 30%, the harder enemies come out. Zombies, skeletons, ghosts, all kinds of manner of stuff, and they spawn quite frequently. They pop out of the ground out of the blue. But you really want this to happen. you really want this charge down to 30%. Mainly because you can pick up, after acquiring all the items that you can steal and get drops from the enemies, you can buy 3 bizarre items. A spear, a gun with different types of ammo, well, different type of ammo, and a bow with a different type of ammo. So you really want to utilize as much as this as you can. It is also a good way to build up quite a large chunk of change. At the end of my little grind session in this area, I managed to buy 2 grimoires and still have quite enough to buy 2 more. So yeah, after the few little bizarre items that I acquired, I'm also going to be showing you the best place to keep available open for these battery mimics to drain the energy, because you're wanting to do this. But first we need to grab the map. Now they'll just continue to drain energy, but you can continue on restoring it. So at the beginning of your grind session, you really want to not explore the last bit of the map. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way fully down this way, working our way towards killing the battery mimics in this area and acquiring the map. We'll get to the chest a little bit later in the creatures that we're going to be facing. Now there's nothing really special about the battery mimics unless they, do the whole little charge thing. They don't really drop that much unique stuff. You can get the same amount of items from regular mimics and these little tiny mimics. So you should be quite alright with them. Okay, I believe the proper path is down this way. Attack that guy! Get him! He's running away! And he's really going down there. Oh yeah, and with the shop here, this is probably one of your best places to level up, since there's not only you, but 3 other characters that are fighting as well. And with the gambits that drop in the chest in this area, you can set yourself up quite nicely with a good setup. All you have to do is just pretty much walk around and you'll be able to grind up a whole bunch of license points, a whole bunch of items with ease. It's so simple. And all you have to do is just walk around. Hell, if you have 2 monitors like I do, you can sit there and watch people stream. You can watch a movie or whatever. All you have to do is just walk around. The only thing that you have to look out for is when the charge is at 30%, it spawns the harder enemies, and they have the ability to not only blind you, but also apply poison on you. So you'd be able to cure that with magic, but you don't have the proper gambits in order for you to cast them without you doing it manually. And we are right here where the map spawns, so it should be relatively simple. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the map real quick. These little icons right here show up whenever there's a battery mimic draining the energy off of a conduit. Now, I'm going to put the little cursor of, let's see, there we go. In this little tiny section right here that I have highlighted, OP Sector 36, there is no chest there. But there are 2 battery conduits, so there's 2 battery mimics right there. That is what you want to spare. You really want that to be open if you want to have it drained down to 30%, but make sure you do it when you're good and ready. Also, we're going to go down here. This area you don't want to walk into until you're ready to move on. The Zavaya Subterrane, whatever, however you bloody pronounce it. There's also a save point right here in the north-south junction. So, and a cutscene, which we are going to go ahead and view once we get there. So let's go ahead and make our way down there, view the cutscene, and then I'll hop into my other save. As you can see, the little enemies that we're running across, they're already shown, so we're not having too much trouble since the area is charged up to 100%. But when it's at 30 or below, enemies spawn just a few feet. Just take a few steps, another enemy spawns. So it's really quick. You don't have much time to actually have to walk around. But it's also good in a way if you want to grind up license points and items. It's probably the best, really. Alright, I should probably talk about the enemies that you will not be seeing while I'm doing all this, because I've already done the little dark part to it. So I'm going to scroll to the bestiary and tell you what they drop and what kind of goods they have on them. Okay, I think I have to go down this way. This is one of those good rooms where there's a lot of stuff that pop up if it's below 30%. Also, some enemies that you'll find here that you'll find nowhere else in the dungeon once it's at 30%. Alright, let's see if we can find some. Let's see, we run across. And that opens that gate. We run across female zombies. They have a chance of dropping dark stones, foul flesh, antidotes, and potions. You can steal darkstone, an alarm clock, which cures sleep, and a Kimweave shirt. And you can poach foul flesh and festering flesh from female zombies. Let's see, male zombies. They have a little bit more stuff on them. Let's see. Let me get past this bit real quick. Trying to do a couple things at once. Male zombies drop darkstone, foul flesh, antidotes. They have a chance of darking dark magicite, a buckler, and festering flesh as well. I don't know about the parameters for such things as that. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Skeletons will be the next creature that we'll come across in the dark. Oh, we got a level. They drop bone fragments, darkstone, antidotes, iron helm, and echo herbs. You have a chance to steal from a skeleton, bone fragments, 20 gil, dark moat, and a bronze chestplate. You also have a chance of poaching bone fragments and potions. Let's see. And the last... No? Let's see, we got quite a bit of undead you end up running across. I gotta find them all. The next one you'll come across is a specter, which drops a glass jewel, a dark stone, a dark magistite, and an oaken pole, a sky jewel, and an alarm clock. Wow. And most of those are under special circumstances for some reason. Must be the level, or I still have yet to figure out what it is. You can steal dark stone, dark magistite, a glass jewel, a dark moat, a sky jewel from it, and you can poach a glass jewel and a sky jewel from it. We have two more undead that you'll end up running across. A skull defender. They drop bone fragments, dark stones, potions, antidotes, echo herbs, an iron helm. You can steal bone fragment, a water moat, 20 gil, a bronze chestplate, and a dark moat. And you can also poach bone fragments and potions. And the last one you'll end up running across while the charge is at 30% or less in this area. Well, in this dungeon pretty much. Dead bones, which is another type of skeleton. They drop dark crystal, I drop blood darkened bone, ancient bone, and golden skull cap. You can steal dark crystal, blood darkened bone, sturdy bone, a Gigas hat, a golden skull cap, and ancient bone. But I think you'll run across those in the areas that you have not yet unlocked, because I believe that there is an area in here, in this great central passage. There's an area that opens up to a Esper, which is like a summon in the game. I think the last summon, and it's tough, very tough. And there's also some kind of passageway in this area, in the Zaraya subterranean, something like that. There's a lot more to this area than what is about, much like the Garam Scythe waterway.
Mist seethes.
It reeks. Something's close. Nice moves there, Captain.
You mean traitor?
So they say. But I didn't see him kill anyone.
My brother did.
Rex. He said he had a brother 2 years younger. I see. He meant you. Your brother. What became of...
He's dead.
I'm sorry.
It was you who killed him.
I give you my word. That was not the way of it.
Rex, sir. My name's Rex. All I have left, sir. He's 2 years younger than I.
It's time, Bosch. Save the discussion for later.
We found them!
But if we arrive after he signed the treaty... Sir, we have little time. You must go to the king.
Feared. They're slowing us down.
Captain Ozilus's and for my parents. Captain, why? Our king, have you done?
His Majesty was a traitor.
A twin brother. Fancy that. But still, the pieces fit, I'll give you that much. And he did look like you.
I don't believe you.
Of course not. It was my fault that Rex was there. I am sorry.
My brother, he trusted you. He trusted you and he lost everything. How can I believe you?
Not me, then. Believe in your brother. He was a fine soldier. He fought to the last to protect his homeland. No. Surely he fought to protect his brother.
You don't know anything!
Believe what you want to. Whatever it takes to make you happy. What's done is done.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell it was the twin brother in the beginning. Well, if you have already known the story. Because the voices they sound different. And his brother had that little birthmark under his eye. A little freckle. So we're gonna save it. Well, actually, we are going to load this save. And we'll be right back. Alright, now we're back into my other save, where I have completed a lot more stuff, as you can very well tell. I have left these two untouched. Those two battery mimics, just in case if I wanted to bring it back down to 30%. And like I said, I recommend that you do. Highly recommend that you do, because of the fact that look at my gil. 40,000. Look at my license points and look at all the stuff that I have equipped on it. I got myself a lot of augments. Unlocked a lot of stuff. Even got some more stuff to unlock. So yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff that you can have. And it seems like I've unlocked another Miguelo. Selling over 1,000 pieces of loot. Earning privateer. Ooh, and I got Pinello too. I didn't notice that. Awarded for acquiring over 100,000 gil, earning you the title a plunderer. Nice. Nice. Awesome. Awesome. And let's check my inventory. 2 grimoires. One for beasts and avians and one for animorphs and undead. You probably want to buy this one first once you save up enough gil. Hell, if you can buy it right off before, at the shop in the beginning when you hit this area, do so, because trust me, it comes in handy quite a bit. Let's see. New arrow, like I said. New gun, new bullet, like I said. All kinds of armor. Well, yeah, we'll get to that. Alright. First we're going to talk about is this little tiny creature. The tiny mimic. Eye drops, iron scraps, earthstone, leather headgear, and potion is what you can acquire from it by its drop. You can also steal from it an earthstone, 1 gil, or an antidote. And you can poach some iron scraps. Very, very nice. Let's see, I think... Is there any special items that we need in here? Let me save this bit right here. Okay, we are in this part of the area. Let's see if there's any special chests. We should go back to this beginning part, because right off the bat, once you start exploring this area, stuff just random, some good stuff shows up. Yeah, got my characters all nice. All nice. Also, we're going to be looking at some of the gambits that you can set up a little bit early on. Once you acquire all the items you need from this area. Okay. Let's see, where are we? We're at chest 4, 5, and 6. 4 is the one to pay attention to. 4 should be up here. I don't really need to be doing all this right now. I've already done whatever I needed to do. But chest number 4, right when you start beginning exploring the area, is just right here. And you can tell from the map the shop is just right there. Onion arrows you have a chance of grabbing. Now, if you've already been to the Nalbina Fortress and bought all the one item of each ammo, it's not really that special. But it comes in handy when you do multiple pass-bys with grinding up, because you can sell all that stuff later. Okay, the next chest we're going to be looking at is chest number 8. We have to go down this way for it. See, 7 has nothing, and that was 7 that we just passed by. Let me go ahead and switch to make this go a little bit faster, because one of my gambits has it where anybody who's targeting Vaughn, he steals. So let's go with Han Solo right here. Oh, that's right. Balthier has it too. Alright, chest number 8. Which is right here. Has the chance of dropping onion shot, which is not really that important, like I said with the onion arrows. But it also has a chance to drop potion. And let's see, less than 200 gil. Okay, where's the next one we're gonna go to? Chest number 9. Number 9 is a gambit. And almost kind of a valuable gambit too. It can come in handy once you acquire some spells later on. Chest number 9 spawns right here, but it doesn't look like it did this time. Don't worry, it's respawnable. It drops the gambit of ally HP 40% or less. So that can come in handy if the ally's HP is below 40%. You could cast a bigger magic spell, healing or protecting or whatnot. Okay, next one of value is chest number 12. It is in the next area. So we're going to go ahead and shoot down here. And if we happen to run across some enemies that I haven't talked about yet, we'll get to that too. Okay, we're going to break into here. Enemy of Flans. I think we talked about them earlier, didn't we? Drop green liquid, water stone, and water moat. Potion, green liquid, caramel, water stone, Sagittarius gem, gold needle for stealing, and green liquid and caramel for poaching. Trust me, you probably want to collect the caramel because they do come in handy for a bizarre item. Let's see, bombs. Bombs drop bomb ashes, firestones, fire magicite, echo herbs, leather goret, and bomb shells. Some of these are actually for special circumstances. Let's see, you can steal from them a firestone, fire magicite, bomb ashes, gold needle, a botchus wine, bomb fragment, and you can poach bomb ashes, a pebble, bombshell, or a potion. Okay, let's see. We are looking at chest number 12. Chest number 12 is right here. Has the chance of dropping onion arrows again, but that's quite alright. See, chest number 13. That's not important. Well, let's go to the next area, next section, because it has quite a bit of other stuff in there. So we're going to be looking at chest 14, 15, 16, and 17. So all of them in this area. Okay. There's a chest up here. This is chest 14. Has a chance of giving you headgear, which is a piece of armor, which we just gotten. Nice. What's next? Chest 15. Right here has a chance of dropping a buckler. Awesome. Right, chest 16 and 17. 16 is actually real important because it's another gambit that we can acquire. Has a chance of dropping a gambit target leader or something like that, which is right here. And instead we got Gil. It's quite alright, we already got it. And the chest up here is a dagger that causes silence, which is another mage masher, which there was a chest in the Garum Scythe waterway which we already acquired. And it spawns right there. Yeah, that's quite a bit of gil for that chest. Okay. Alright, we're now in this particular area. Chest 18, it is right here as you walk in the area. Oh, it gave us skill, but it has a chance of dropping a leather helm. Now this is one of those secret areas right here that lead to... This place leads to an Esper. So you are going to have to be coming back here later on in the game. Let's go ahead and go over to where chest 20 is supposed to spawn. And I can see it's not here, but it's supposed to spawn right here. It has a chance of dropping foe HP 50%. Now, I don't know what gambits that you can use for it, but it's another one where you don't have to buy. And as you can see, there are other chests lying around this area. That's because this is the only place in this whole dungeon where regular mimics spawn. So let's go ahead and take a look at their loot lists. Alright, where are they? Ah. Okay. They have a chance of dropping Earthstone, eye drops, iron scraps or a dark mote, stealing iron scraps, 20 gil or an iron sword, and poaching iron scraps. Alright, time to move on. Now we're going to be looking at this area. Has a lot of tiny little mimics, but tons of chests spawn in this area. So we're going to be looking at chest 21, chest 26, and 27. Chest 21 is this one, right in this corner. Has a chance of dropping a light woven shirt. A potion too. And some gil. Chest 26 is a very important chest. Mainly for the reason it drops a very, very useful gambit. And we got gil, but we also got the gambit before earlier on. Gambit is target self. Now this comes in real handy, especially if you want to cast Leaper on yourself or heal yourself. Just other things that you could probably find uses for. Ah, these little frog guys. Now they only spawn in this type of area. The Surrey Landers. Let's take a look at their loot list. They have a chance of dropping a Storm Stone. Here's a couple more. Storm Magicite. A horn. A pointed horn. And a teleport stone. And a horn hat. And an indigo pendant. Some of those are under a special circumstance. They also steal Storm Stone, Storm Magicite, Horn, Antidote, and a pointed horn. You can also poach a horn, pointed horn, or a solid horn. Interesting. Okay, and the last chest, chest 27. It's not here, but it spawns right here. It has a chance of dropping an oaken pole, which is a type of staff. A new type of weapon for you. So, it is pretty decent at this type of level. Okay, after you acquired all the gambits that you need, all the gambits that you want, that you can acquire in this area, as long as you followed what I told you, you can set yourself up with quite a nice gambit system for grinding. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Now, Vaughn, gambit system goes in the particular order which you want it to be at. Number one, of course, takes precedence over everything else. So if an ally's HP is less than 70%, Vaughn will cast Cure, and I've had that for all my characters. Now, if a foe is targeting Vaughn, targeting self, he will steal, but if it's not, he will do attack. And as a last resort after the battle, Vaughn will recast Protect on himself. And I have this set up for Bathir as well. Now for Fran, I have it pretty much set up like that, except for she's the one who will cast Libra on herself, so we can see the enemy's HP. Now, for this boss fight, we are going to turn off the steel gambits, because we are done grinding, and we're ready to move on. With the level I am at now, with the gear that I am at now, this boss will prove not a problem for me. Not a problem at all. Also, you have a chance of getting another accessory, if you're good. Now you don't have to worry too much, there is a save crystal right here. Now you have to absolutely make sure you are done. Absolutely done with this area. Because once you beat this boss, you cannot come back in for a while. For quite a while actually. So make sure you have all the items you need. Make sure you're ready. Make sure you're equipped. Make sure you got everything you can. Milk this place for all what it's worth. And then set forth. Now we're facing against the Mimic Queen. You don't really have to worry about the little tiny battery mimics. Now, we're gonna go ahead and steal from her, even though I have already acquired the item I wanted from this boss. You can steal a Knot of Rust, Storm Magicite, or a Rose Corsage. Rose Corsage grants the immunity to silence. So it's a very useful item to come across, especially early in the game. And as you can see, I'm quite leveled up. I'm beating the hell out of this boss. And all I had to do was actually just use steel. The rest of it is all gambit system.
To think Dalmascan air could taste so sweet.
Where are we? The Estes Sand, by the look of it. Let's back to Ravenasta before we shrivel up. By your leave, Captain.
Yes, the hour of my return is already over late. The people may hate me, but that does not free me of my charge.
And now we're out here in Estersand. I'm gonna fade back into my final save, which I have already gotten the rose corsage from that boss. I'm going to be milking this area and hopefully run across the rare cockatrice that is in this zone, this next zone right here that will spawn, since there's 4 of us now. So, I am Roarin the Werewolf. Thanks for watching this Final Fantasy 12 video. Almost said Wolfed Out Fallout 3. So thanks for watching. You guys stay furry, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.